And we're done. Alright. Well, I've gone a little bit lightheaded. I've got a little bit lightheaded after that. I only got to S. I tried to read out everybody's name, and I only got to S. God damn it. Well, unfortunately, guys, we're gonna have to leave it there because the game is about to start. Don't do drugs, ZeroEmpires, says Matthias Bartz, but it's too late. Oh, man, up to the north of the map in the blue, Eighth Wonder here, playing as the Celts, and down to the south in the red is TaToH, playing as the Persians here in a very anticipated set of games here between these two guys for the Empire Collective Cup Platinum League round 3. My goodness me. Okay, so I need to take a breather. I gotta carry on. I've got to finish off. I gotta finish off. I got to S. I gotta finish this. Too many names, man. I'm getting high off all those names. All the air going to my head there. I need to take a chill pill for a minute here as this game gets started. Game number 1 now. Gonna be on the good old sand. No, what am I talking about? I was gonna say it's Sand Maze, but hey, it's not Sand Maze, is it? It's Slippery Springs. That's the name of the map. It's part of the TEC Light map pack, Slippery Springs, and it's a pretty awesome map in my opinion, since it has some pretty unique features, namely the ability to travel over this stuff with boats, and of course all the way around the edge with boats as well, and it being fairly open with I guess fairly nice trees around the TCs, but other than that fairly open across the middle, which is nice. Oh, so the reason why I'm really anticipating this set of games is because, as I mentioned earlier on, before I started doing all the shout-outs, Eighth Wonder here has just managed to get, in the last round, a tie versus the Viper. That's right, he tied versus the Viper. Down to the south, in the red, TaToH, last week, he tied against Riot. These guys are the Tyrant Killers, and now they're facing off against one another. And we'll see who is truly the better player. And starting things off here, Eighth Wonder with a good old boar steal. And I tell you what, the aggression of Eighth Wonder in these games so far has been phenomenal. He's been so aggressive all across the board. TaToH as well, playing very aggressively when he played against Riot, and it worked out very well. Both of these guys getting super aggressive against the Tyrants, and now against one another. If they keep that up and keep that aggression high as ever, it could be really interesting. Now, going into this, I feel like Eighth Wonder might just have a small edge, and the reason I say that is because Eighth Wonder has warmed up this morning. He played a bunch of games against Jordan23, which we saw earlier on. And if you want to write your predictions in the chat, go ahead. A lot of people predicting 2-2 right now, which kind of makes sense if you think about it. But at the same time, I don't know. Slippery Springs is the name of the map. Like that. I don't know if anyone will receive that message, but yeah. So yes, I do think that maybe it could be a draw, but I do think that Eighth Wonder may just have the edge, and especially going into game 1 now, as he grabs himself 3 boar. Not a bad start at all, and TaToH on the front here, coming forwards with a mill. TaToH playing as the Persians, of course, and Eighth Wonder as the Celts. Dr. Phil's mum again, welcome back to the stream, donated $2, and he said, "What do you think about Dr. Phil's mum? I stabbed a squirrel today. I'm a fucking squirrel. I thought you were Dr. Phil's mum. What do I think of you? I have no idea, because I still don't know who Dr. Phil is. I'm still a naive, young boy who has not been exposed to the wonderful Dr. Phil in my lifetime so far. So, you know, maybe when I have a bit of time, I'll check him out, and I'll definitely check out his MILF as well, I'm sure. But yeah. I don't know if that's like some kind of, like, I don't know, related to something that's happened recently. Like, I don't know, because I just don't know too much about these things. But whatever, man. As long as she does what makes her happy, that's fine. Anyway, TaToH down at the south of the map. Not up to the feudal age yet, struggling to get the food in as he takes these deer out on the front. And of course, with these deer on the front here, he is going to be really exposed to an early aggression from 8th Wonder. But 8th Wonder decided not to do a drush, considering he's playing the Celts here, which is kind of unusual, but fair enough. Worth noting, TaToH playing as the Persians here. He's got a nice dock out at the back, taking some big fish. And 8th Wonder as well, with 4 ships out versus TaToH's 3. TaToH here actually not making another fishing ship either. And perhaps that's because he's not got great fish back here. But we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. So anyway, double bit attack coming in for 8th Wonder here. He's already up, and he's going straight into archers. Now, it's not unusual to see archery ranges from the Celts. It's not unusual to see them go archers into crossbow. As long as they don't overcommit to crossbow, they're okay. Because then they'll do, like, they'll plop down a castle, and then they'll go for, like, Woad Raiders or something like that. So it's kind of expected that we would expect to see sort of archers from 8th Wonder. It's not unusual to go archers in the feudal age. And he's getting really aggressive on the front. But TaToH here going to be trying to wall this up to stop these guys getting in. And he's actually made the effort to try and wall as much as he can. But I don't think it's possible to truly wall this, because I'm not sure if you can build on this sand stuff. So yeah, I mean, it might be the case that he physically cannot completely wall it, but at least if he walls it somewhat, it will help to keep stuff out for now, or buy himself some time a little bit as well. So, for now, TaToH looking a little messy at the moment. 8th Wonder with a great lead, but it's kind of expected that he would get that early advantage, given that extra boar. 2 ranges up for him, and so far, TaToH, for some reason, has no range up, and that's because he doesn't have enough wood at the moment. He's spending all this wood building the walls, and unfortunately, he is not able to afford that important archery range to actually defend himself. Maybe he's not even bothered about making an archery range. Maybe he just intends to keep walling up and actually go up to the castle age just directly from this, which could be pretty risky. But if he keeps walling and preventing 8th Wonder doing any damage, then I suppose going up for a fast castle could work out and could pay off in the end. Yeah, Dr. Phil's alias is Tom Jones. It's confirmed. ZeroEmpires stream confirmed. Dr. Phil is Tom Jones. There you go. 8th Wonder now doing fletching. Might just allow him to hit these foragers here, but for now, TaToH's looking just fine, apart from the fact that on the water he's just lost all of his fishing ships, because, god damn it, TaToH, I take my eye off you for 1 minute, Mr. TaToH, and your fishing ships are all dead, because, well, ain't nobody got time. He ain't got time for that. So I think TaToH here, kind of confirming, actually, that you can't build on this stuff, apart from a dock, it seems. Oh no, you can build on this stuff. So, yeah, he's kind of building across the back anyway. A lot of walls. Generally not a good sign, actually. Generally a pretty bad sign. These 2 spearmen trapped, trying to get out, and TaToH up to the castle age now. And there you go. So, it's definitely you can wall on this then. I just had the impression for some reason that you couldn't. And judging by his walls here, I kind of assume that no, but he's spent so much resource on these walls, so much villager time so far. Not ideal, to say the least, but he is up to castle now, and we'll expect to see some knights coming out from him. And the nice thing as well for TaToH here is that once those knights come out, he'll get that +2 attack bonus against the archers as part of his Persian Civ bonus here. So he'll be able to come in here and maybe kill a few archers pretty quickly. These guys do have fletching though, so TaToH is probably going to want +1 defense before he engages, and bloodlines, which he is doing just now. But my main concern here is that he's not going to have enough food. He's done a 2nd stable, but his food income is really quite poor. Obviously, he doesn't have these fish anymore, which obviously 8th Wonder does have, and he is just not in a good shape, not in a good way. He doesn't have that many farms out. He doesn't have wheelbarrows, so his farms are fairly inefficient in comparison to 8th Wonder as well. And just look at the score difference. There's 400 score points, nearly 500 score points different right now. As Scale Barding Armor comes in, and a single knight gets squeezed out. TaToH's going to be trying here to make as many farms as he can in order to pull this off and get these upgrades in to defend his economy. from what 8th Wonder has at the moment, which is a tight grip on this game, to say the least. Grip! He's got a tight grip. Goodness me. So yeah, pretty horrendous looking start for TaToH here, but he could pull it back with these knights now. And I think, you know, a lot of that sort of score bonus from 8th Wonder will be coming from his larger military. He has got 16 military units out, and including water as well. So obviously expected that he would have a higher score, but will he be able to defend these archers? Will this attack bonus of the knights prove too strong? Well, of course it will. As much as he tries to micro away, 8th Wonder cannot escape these knights here, and they'll get very quickly cleaned up with very minimal damage done to those knights. Oh, they're just going to let him walk away. Fair enough. 8th Wonder's archer there, it's his lucky day. Anyone else, they would be dead. But this archer, I don't know, reality slipping for a second there, reality shifting, and somehow escaping the clutches of those knights. I guess those knights were urgently needed somewhere else in the world, and that is, of course, on the front of the map to clean up the rest of these archers and maybe draw level a little bit. But yeah, yeah, I don't know what. Right, have any of you guys seen the Mighty Boosh? Because what I just did there with the grip thing was a reference to that, and I don't think many people out there would have got that, because it's pretty. I don't think many people have seen the Mighty Boosh live show. So maybe that wasn't a very... whatever. Maybe some people will get that reference, and then we can be best friends for life. TaToH here getting a little bit caught out by the spears, which is a little awkward. He doesn't ideally want to lose those guys to spears. But again, getting a little bit more aggressive now, which is what I like to see. And it seems like TaToH is going to be pretty committed to a single TC push for a while, whilst 8th Wonder decides to just try and wall him out with a couple of houses. Fairly easy to sort this out, fairly easy to do this and just stop this aggression. Snicker Balls reckons he's seen a few mighty boobs in his days. Yeah, man, you know what's good. The 8th Wonder here on the left side, a bunch of crossbows, and this is kind of scary because, you know, it doesn't need that many crossbows to be able to take knights down very quickly. However, since TaToH here is also doing mangonels, maybe he'll be able to pull an advantage with that. And using his mangonel, he'll be able to kill a few more of his knights, clearly. Suiciding them there to the mango. Oh dear, not so good. So 8th Wonder could come in with a bit of nice micro. He could take down this mango as well. And his spears here going to get a little bit of recce, a little bit of reconnaissance. But yeah, TaToH going to lose a knight in that as well, unfortunately. As 8th Wonder here pushes forwards with the crossbows. And TaToH is going to just, I guess, try and posture around this. But he has also got, or 8th Wonder has also got his second and third TC. So he's not playing super all-out aggressive like he has in previous games. He knows he's got this great advantage now, and he's just hanging on to that by booming up his eco to put him in an advantageous position overall. Now, he could get super aggressive and maybe win, but it's certainly a little more risky, I think. As long as he's comfortable holding off this aggression, then he should be okay. We've got a single knight coming out, and 8th Wonder here probably will get that mangonel, because TaToH's knights are a little bit out of the reach, and of course just a couple of shots and that mango will go down. Unfortunately though, that knight getting surrounded, unable to break out there. He wants to break free, but he can't, because he's surrounded by knights. So there you go. And TaToH just going to get away with that mangonel, surviving on 9 HP, and sending the repairer over to get it back up to full health. Because yes, wooden machines that move on their own have health points. AoE 2 logic, of course, but I mean, yeah, it makes sense, I guess, at the end of the day. So another mangonel out. No, I think, yeah, TaToH's just really staying aggressive here, but he has not neglected his economy entirely. He has done the second TC here, but his TCs are fairly idle, which is not such a good sign, to say the least. Quite idle. Idle time is not good, so he's got to make sure they're working, because he's going to be really fighting the villager difference here as 8th Wonder's extra TC starts to come into play a little more. Still, 8th Wonder going to try and kill the mangoes. TaToH's going to do it for him, killing his own mangonel there. And TaToH's aggression here just not really doing enough, I don't think, at the moment. But his score has certainly closed up a little bit. He's certainly closed the gap a little bit at the moment. So that is something, I guess, at this stage of the game. And I guess that's because he does have some pretty expensive, hefty military out here. And at the moment, KD-wise, according to this, TaToH has killed 31 units and lost 12. Whereas 8th Wonder has killed 9 but lost 28. So I'm not sure where these numbers are coming from, but something doesn't quite add up here. And I don't think there's been any conversions either, so I've really got no idea what's going on with the KD. I almost don't trust it, and I find it hard to believe TaToH's killed 31 units. Ah, yes, that does make sense, actually. He's killed 31 units because he's killed 3 of his own. He killed his own Mangonel, didn't he? And he killed his own knight, so he's got more kills. That's kind of funny. That is kind of funny. But that explains it. That does make sense. And I do trust this now. So killing a few units, pretty solid. And if you can get some good Mangonel shots off, then that could be really strong. Currently dealing with monks, of course. At the moment, TaToH with a 3rd TC on the right side. So the villager count for 8th Wonder shouldn't get too far away from him now. He's going to keep him in reach. And both of them at the moment very close together with 65, 67 villagers at the moment. So yeah, you guys in the chat just now telling me that the kills are gained by killing his own about a minute after I just explained it, but because of the delay between the stream and the chat, I'm only just seeing these messages now. I actually realized that a lot faster than you might think. But yeah, 8th Wonder here doing pikes as well, obviously to counter the knights at the moment. And I think as the game goes on, the Celt's probably going to get a bigger advantage the longer and longer it goes. And I think TaToH maybe just got to have to deal with this aggression as fast as he can. But it's not happening at the moment as a conversion pops off and TaToH has to run back. So a couple of monks of his own, but those monks from TaToH are really almost useless in the face of all these crossbow. On the left side, 8th Wonder throwing down a castle here as a kind of base of operations, a pushing point. You will be able to protect his Mangonels underneath the castle. And in comes TaToH on the right side. And of course, he's kind of been penned in over this right-hand side here. Sadly. Sad but true. And he is going to try and get over here, but it's way too late. The castle's already up. And 8th Wonder sent many, many villagers to build that. So a pushing point for him, really nicely done. And TaToH putting a TC right on the front. I do not think that is a great play by TaToH, because that is just so susceptible to Mangonels. Yeah, that is not going to work, really, is it? I think 8th Wonder, he's already got a couple of rams out. He's already got Mangonels here. He's going to have that TC down very, very quickly. Meanwhile, 8th Wonder here, TaToH trying to make a push on this right side. And his knights at the moment pretty lackluster, dying very quickly to the crossbows with +2 attack. And even though these knights are fully upgraded on defense and bloodlines, it's just not enough. I mean, there's these crossbows, so many of them. 8th Wonder looking really solid at the moment. I'm just amazed, really, he's not brought these siege units over to kill this TC yet. TaToH just doing wheelbarrow at 33 minutes. Very, very, very late. Kind of disappointing, actually, from him. And it seems like 8th Wonder is a lot more lubed up this morning, or this afternoon, rather, as he has had those practice games versus Jordan 23. 8th Wonder as well, just getting lots of picks here with these units, getting lots of picks with his Mangonels. And, yeah, I was expecting this TC to go down. But at the moment, that Mangonel is sat there idle for the longest time, which is rather disappointing. TaToH here might clean up a few more of these siege units with his knights, which would be a very good trade. But unfortunately, they're going to take a lot of damage from this castle as well, which is going to make a lot of impact on these knights' health, and not to mention the pikemen chasing them down. So I really don't see how that TC can last too long here. And TaToH right now does not have enough stone to build a castle of his own, so he's in an awkward position. A lot of idle vills sitting around trying to take the extra resources over on the right side. And TaToH here sitting at his flaming TC with a bunch of idle villagers. Look at the idle time for TaToH here, 59 minutes and growing rapidly. For 8th Wonder, he's actually had 53 minutes of idle time, which is not great either. But TaToH with a little slightly efficient situation. But amazingly, somehow, TaToH has more villagers right now. He's got 99 versus the 91 of 8th Wonder. So surprisingly, he's managed to somehow get more villagers at this stage. But I don't think that's enough. This TC will be lost, and with that, a lot of villagers, as 8th Wonder drops another castle on the left side, killing 3-4 villagers instantly. These guys here are going to try and repair their TC. They're home, but they are not going to last long. This, Mangonel going to be big shot, but he misses. What is he doing, man? It's not really his fault. I mean, that Mangonel just did not shoot very well. It kind of targeted the unit at the back, and like I say, that TC is down. Down with the Mangonel. Down with the Mangonel. And down it will go indeed as the Wody comes out for 8th Wonder. Imperial Age on the way. Scale Mail Armor on the way as well for, of course, +1 defense. And with these 2 castles here, expect a couple of trebs or something to tear down these TCs. Almost, I think, expect a GG from TaToH once 8th Wonder hits the Imperial Age. Now, on the water, I've not really been paying attention because there's not a lot going on the water, really. TaToH did equalize a little bit by killing some of the fishing ships from 8th Wonder, but I don't think there's been a huge fight going on there. Most of the action has been on the front, and 8th Wonder here being just moments from the Imperial Age. I think we're going to see a very, very fast GG from TaToH, who, I don't know, might try and play on against the Imperial Age 8th Wonder, but we know what's coming, don't we? We know what's coming next. Obviously, at the moment, more farms being put up because 8th Wonder needs to farm very, very fast. Like, look at this farm right here. There's, wow, that farm placement, man. That's fantastic. Fantastically bad, I mean. But obviously he's seeding things in a hurry there. And TaToH also clicking up to him. Okay, so maybe not quite as bad as we thought for TaToH there. He did do a handcart just a moment ago, but oh dear. Gonna lose a few more vills here as they run away. 8th Wonder up to Imp. And these crossbow now, I mean, they may as well just kill as much as they can and then let themselves die because they're not any use to 8th Wonder after the Castle Age. Really, they can't be upgraded to Arbalest, but they can still be used to kill a few units. So you may as well get as much value out of them before they eventually just become useless to him. And so he'll kill a lot of knights, and that's actually really bad for TaToH because if a bunch of his knights go down now, that could be pretty horrendous when it comes to getting to the Imperial Age and those knights getting upgraded, because they're going to be lower in health, there's going to be less of them, not so good. But I'm expecting from 8th Wonder the 2 trebs there, and also a bunch of raiding to come in very soon. At the moment, he's doing mass Halb, and I think that's because he's anticipating the Knights and Cavalier from TaToH once he hits Imp. But like I say, these trebs deploying very quickly, going to be trying to tear through these town centers. But what is 8th Wonder doing? Just leaving that treb undefended there, open to the elements, open to the Knights that want to come and destroy it in a matter of seconds. His defensive units, his Halb's way out of position there. 1 TC down for TaToH though on the right side, and another castle from 8th Wonder here as well. Not to mention this one on the back. So 8th Wonder putting castles all over the place. And it's looking really, really strong. Persians then, we're expecting Cavalier from him considering he has got a lot of knights out. But I don't think he can afford it right now. He doesn't have the food. He should probably cancel a knight in a stable so he can afford it. But I guess he can afford it now anyway. So there you go. 300 food, 300 gold. Cavalier on the way. But by the time that's done, I mean, he's going to be going up against pretty upgraded, well upgraded Halbs. And, of course, it's going to be Woad Raiders soon as well, as they start to make their appearance slowly but surely. TaToH is just feeling the heat right now. He is under a lot of pressure. And this castle here is going to be hammering onto that TC. It's in range so that any villagers that pop out will die if they try and kill the rams. And, I mean, 8th Wonder is just attacking from every direction, really. He's attacking on the right, he's attacking on the left, he's kind of pushing the middle as well. And yeah, that TC is a goner. And TaToH here, just more and more TCs it seems. That's his answer. Just keep building the eco, it'll be fine in the end. But not at this rate, not at this rate. He has got a few units out, he's got 20 military, but 8th Wonder has 40. And most of those military units are Halbs as well, which as we know, are a very strong counter versus the Halbs. And you know, the Celts as well. The reason why they're Halbs is because they're very fast. So they're a lot faster than other civs, thanks to their infantry movement speed bonus, allowing them to catch up to those Cavalier much easier. At the moment, there's a lot of mangonels back here, though. 6 mangoes, allowing him to take down a bunch of those units as they try and run in. So far, it's going okay, but there's a lot of units going down here for TaToH, and bear in mind, even if he kills 2 Halbs for every Cavalier, which is unlikely anyway, but if he somehow did that, it would still work out worse for him, because Halbs are so much cheaper. So it's GG. TaToH's calling it right there. A quick game indeed. Well, I say quick, 45 minutes quick. It's kind of still fairly fast. It's been over for a while, and a great game from 8th Wonder. Very, very dominant, very aggressive, and I liked that a lot. Obviously, TaToH off to a pretty poor start there due to the boar steal and having to fall back. And I think his fast castle did work out fairly well. He just wasn't able to do enough damage, and 8th Wonder brought it right back in the Imperial Age. And with about 4 castles being dropped on TaToH there, it was obviously going to be a very difficult situation to defend from. So there you go, 1-0 for 8th Wonder after that first game. He's going to get that point up there, and we'll go to game 2 in just a minute, which will be